Alright, so last episode I brought in our first transfers of the series, bringing Livramento in from Newcastle and also bringing Baleba in from Brighton to be a backup midfielder. We also had our first unexpected event with a training clash, which would see Gvardiol and Livramento miss the Manchester derby here, but that didn't matter for us because Doku stepped up in this game and played unbelievable against the Red Devils here, having being the main man of the team, getting a shot there denied by the keeper, but followed up by Foden to score a goal to get 2-0 and put us ahead in this game. But like I said, Doku wasn't done there. He wanted his brace, and he got his brace to get a 3-0 victory against Ruben Amorim's Man United. Then set up against Arsenal, hit away at the Emirates, and we got a fortunate rebound there that fell to Haaland to get 1-0, but a much deserved goal there for us. We then had a free kick chance of Reinders, who would smash it, but unfortunately would hit the crossbar and still yet to score a free kick in this game. And Kushinov, they would do enough to stop Odegaard getting a shot away, and Donnarumma would get the save, and Haaland would double our lead late in the game to make it 2-0. And give us the lead, give us a victory. Then take on Liverpool here at the Emirates, in which was a close game, as you'll see, and a great save from Donnarumma, and Alisson was making great saves at the other end for them. And Mamouche here would open the scoring with an absolutely incredible strike there into the far corner. No save in that one. Ball whipped in from a corner. Would see Van Dijk score because Donnarumma, for some reason, didn't come out and collect it. He came halfway and then stopped, which was weird. But then a shot from range here, denied by Alisson, as we tried to get the lead back in this game. We'll play it through into, I believe, Mamouche, who would miss a big opportunity. But let's get into today's episode. And to start today's episode off, we're going to take on Newcastle United away from home. They're currently 7th in the table. We're currently top of the table. So Livramento up against his former team, the team we signed in from last episode. So he's been a player linked to Man City quite heavily for the past 2 seasons. But in today's episode, we're most likely going to sign a backup cam and a backup striker. And waiting at you guys in the comments down below in the last video, because I literally just posted that one like 40 minutes ago. I'm recording this game beforehand, since we do have time to spare before getting to January. I'd get the first games out of the way and then wait for the comments to basically decide who we buy as a backup striker and cam, and whoever else I feel like we should buy. I'll look into doing so. But let's get into this game against Newcastle at St James's Park. So added to the Etihad up front for them anymore is Voltemade or Johan Vissa at striker. So Newcastle, a team that I will do a Career Mode with on FC26. We've not done one with them since FIFA 23, I believe. So we need to do a Newcastle series at some point on this game. Let's get into this one though, against Newcastle away from home, and hopefully continue our unbeaten run. And well, we'll pick up a big victory here against Eddie Howe's Newcastle. To go to Rodri there. And I believe yesterday, if I do decide to post it before this video, the first episode of the RTG went up for Ultimate Team, so you want to check that for to do so. I believe that should be up by the time this video has gone live. It should have been up yesterday. But Doku, ball into the box, they're looking for Haaland on the header. Haaland does win a header, and Haaland scores my first header of FC26. What a time to be alive. I've scored a header in an FC game. It's been a rarity across the past couple of games, especially FC25 to score a header, but we scored one here with Doku, a player that I believe we actually did sign in the Newcastle series a few years ago, and he was great for us, as he was a player linked to Newcastle for a while, but he signed for City in the end. And Haaland here strikes on early, rising above Dan Burn, etc. to win the header. He went too early, but Haaland was there right on time to head it into the back of the net and make it 1-0 to us here, even with players like Phil Foden, Rodri. Looked up there from Foden. Is it going to be a crossing day? It's going to be a ball into the box there to Omar. Marmouche, who strikes. Pope probably should have come out to collect that, but I'm guessing he thought one of his defenders would have got there beforehand. And Omar Marmouche now getting starting time in this team. I see we switched to a 4-2-1-3 to get him into the team, instead of playing the 4-3-3 that City have default in the game. But Foden gets the assist. He's played great in this game so far. Marmouche, great run there across the goal. No defender was lively to it. And we're 2-0 up against Newcastle, who are not performing in this game. And Baleba, you can see on the bench celebrating. He'll come on at some point to replace Rodri or maybe Reinders. We take a 2-goal lead so far. And right now, Newcastle haven't really had any dangerous moments with Johan Vissa at wider to Alanga. Ball into the box, and that should be headed away by Ruben Dias. There we go. Right, Nuri, that pass was not the best. Gamora into Vissa, who shoots, and that's a shot straight into the goals of the Italian in net, where he makes a run into the box. Rodri, Foden on the turn. Foden could get a finesse shot away. Phil Foden, classic Phil Foden, but Pope doesn't catch it, puts it out for a corner. And we're going to whip this one into the box. So looking for the head of the Viking in the centre in Erling Haaland. Can he score a second header in this game? Haaland, header, and it's in again. 2 headers in one game. I scored from a corner as well. We'd love to see it. And Erling Haaland, 10 games, 10 goals in the Prem. He's having an unbelievable season. He's so OP in this game, and his shooting is incredible. The attacking AI as well is great in this game so far anyway, in Authentic. And the attacking AI in this game is back to where it used to be, where players actually attack. They make runs, but a power header from Haaland again. Just straight into the back of it. A bullet header there from him. We take a 3-goal lead into half-time. And I think at the half-time break, I'm going to sim the rest of this game. We're 3-0 up against Newcastle that haven't threatened us in this game whatsoever, really. They've had a few pop shots, but nothing of note for them. As you can see, they've had 3 shots, but none of them were really like their best attempts. Reinders and also Haaland, they were the 10.0 ratings, to see it. And we're all going to sim to the end. It's going to end up being a 4-1 victory with Moose getting a double for himself, and Bruno Guimaraes gets a goal in the second half for them. And for our next game, before we get into January, we're going to take on 4th in the table, Nottingham Forest, away from home at the City Ground. Let's get into this one. And you can see a slight change to the starting 11 for this game, with Savinho coming into the team. Give him a little bit of game time. We've not really been using Savinho other than like bench appearances, but I want to give him like at least 60 minutes in this game to see what he can do and bring in either Oscar Bob or Phil Foden. That reminds me, I need to put Oscar Bob onto the bench, as I don't think he is. I think I'll probably bring on Shirky as a cam as Conte. Bernardo Silva is only content with his game time right now. I need to give him some running the team. Let's take off Gonzalez. We've got Belabor there for now, and we'll bring on Oscar Bob as well at some point. Let's get into this game up against Nottingham Forest and hopefully get a big victory. So it gives White a player that could have joined Man City at one point. Obviously, he was close to joining Spurs until that mysteriously fell apart. That's that really interesting video was released of him next to Marinakis, the Forest owner. Reinders back here looking for Doku, but Einer's going to be there. Yes, he is. Boy. Out here to McCarthy. There's no more there. We've got Lucky and Donnarumma. Oh, that caught him off guard, I think, there a little bit, because he didn't make the best save. He got enough on it there to stop it going in and give it a corner. But I almost give a penalty away with over challenge I put on McCarthy, but thankfully it didn't really connect. The ball all the way to the back stick, and Igor Jesus couldn't control it. Beats 2 challenges. Charlie Reinders. That was meant for Marmouche, but it goes to Haaland. We'll make it work. Haaland shoots, and that's a great save from Matt Sells. There we go, Reinders. That's bad there. Igor Jesus. And after that fairly comfortable victory against Newcastle, where we were like 2-0 up at this point, we're not looking the same here against Forest there. Maybe because we're missing Phil Foden and we've not already got Savinho going. But and that from Doku, but there's a defender that's going to be able to match him for pace. Doku though, because inside could get a shot away. Doku does, but it's straight into this fellow Belgians. Close to him, Matt Sells in goal. It gives White. Ball for Igor Jesus, who shoots in this wide of the post to end the first half. 0-0 so far. Might be the first time we touched the ball in the whole game. Marmouche, can we get a quick stop? Marmouche. Oh, that would be a great goal. Eddie Anderson. Inside here. Shot taken, and it's 1-0 Forest, and it's James McCarthy. And he's going to celebrate. I can't watch him celebrate against me. I can't watch him celebrate against me. Not after I didn't want him to leave and he joined Forest, and he scores against me in this game. How have we not scored in this game yet? We should have scored at least 2, in my opinion. As a striker could create a chance or 2 and play against in this game. Not that they've been impossible to break down, just something about them. Oh, just again. We just can't get the last pass going. Something about this game is just different to where it was in that Newcastle game with this team. Shirky, go on. Haaland. Haaland's just not there, man. He should have got a draw in. I don't get how we've lost this game, but we have. And Ross not going to give us one more opportunity, is he? No, he's not. He's going to give a handball to us, which is great, because now they're going to call for time when I get this going. Haaland. Oh, just couldn't turn and play the pass there through to Bernardo Silva. We'll pick a 1-0 loss to Forest, our first loss of this series. That's an annoying loss to take. That's such an annoying loss as well. And signing for us here in January is Karim Adeyemi. Obviously played great in that game against Dortmund in that 4-4 draw where Dortmund just crumbled towards the end of the game with Dusan Vlahovic, and also Lloyd Kelly of all players were getting back the draw for Juventus in that game. But Adeyemi joins us for only 30 million for an 81 rated player. Is fairly cheap. Obviously that's a great price tag for him to bring him into the team. You might be thinking, why did you buy another winger? We're going to convert Adeyemi actually into a striker and have him be an impact substitution, also training to be like an inside forward on the left and right as well. So he's a very versatile player for us in the team. Let's also bring back Echeverri from loan. As you can see, we've signed him for 30 million. Like I said, let's bring back Echeverri to be a backup, come on the bench and get into our next game. And our next game is going to be the reverse fixture at Old Trafford, this time in the Manchester derby. Last time we beat them 3-0 at home, so let's see what we can do away from home and hopefully bounce back from that loss to Forest. We have actually technically bounced back from it after simming a bunch of games in between and we picked up victories. I'm kind of speeding up that part of the episode because we had to sim a bunch of games. Like it would have been like 10 plus games to sim in a row, which would have been kind of long for the video. So I just decided to skip all the way through it. I think it was more than 10 actually. I think it's like close to 15 we simmed, or maybe less than that, I'm not too sure. We've had a very busy January basically in December. So getting to this game, up against Manchester United away from home at Old Trafford and hopefully replicate a 3-0 victory last time and beat them again here. Sashko, dispossessed by Ruben Diaz, is going to be a throw into them, no. Dorgu, who's been one of the most influential players in the game. Obviously against Man City, had the most touches, I believe, in the box. Bruno Fernandes, shot taken, or an opponent's off, I think it was. Donnarumma makes a save, though. Let's see, we've got Foden making a run here. Foden inside, that's simple but effective to find Haaland. And when a Manchester goalkeeper, whether it's Lamens or Bayende in goal, is going to be wondering what his defence was doing there because they just let Haaland through. Simple as that. When I saw it, I was a little bit like, you saw me hesitate for a second. I was like, surely it's not going to be that easy. A through ball with Foden here beats Maguire. I thought Maguire was going to step over and intercept it, but when I noticed that he wasn't doing so, I thought, we're going to try it. And Delic couldn't stop Haaland. And the men who's in goal couldn't stop that shot. And Haaland makes it 1-0. It's waiting for Haaland. Haaland is in again here. Haaland, that was a great attempt, but straight at the men's. Again, Haaland's in. Haaland should be onside. Haaland hits it straight at the keeper though again. And Haaland can keep it. It's actually swiveled away from the defender. Haaland hits it, but the men's makes a save. This was a by Reinders. And Reinders recovers. Mamouche. Haaland. Good strength from him. Doku is through. Doku shoots and Doku scores again against Man United. He loves doing it. He scored twice against them last time. And he scores again here. 5 goals in 15 games in a Prem for him. It's been a very, very good play. We can see Echeverri on the bench with Adeyemi as well. 2 players that are going to be good for us moving into the rest of the season. Hopefully I'm going to give Echeverri a bunch of game time. And hopefully he can do well for us since coming back from his loan from Bayer Leverkusen. You guys did suggest to bring in Joe Bellingham into the team, but I felt like the men's could have saved that actually. I felt like with Shirky, with Echeverri, especially out on loan, we could have called back. I felt like signing Joe Bellingham wouldn't have been worthwhile in the series, and we could use him in a Dortmund series as a first team player, or maybe in another career mode before we get round to Dortmund. I'm not too sure when I'm going to do those, but that could be maybe our third career mode in this game. I'm not too sure who I want to do next, but I'm thinking maybe Real Madrid or Barcelona. I want to do a big team again to kind of capitalise on the hype at the start of the game, doing the bigger teams. Maybe go down a level a little bit. But Mbumo, Man United in the second half of the last game did actually play better, but they're looking good here. But that's a bad pass there from. It's actually a good pass from Mazraoui, but no one was there to get the end of it. You can just see Haaland's got so much space. Haaland, Doku, through to Omar Marmouche, and it's 3-0. Simple, effective football. And again, we take a 3-goal lead against United. And Marmouche has got 14 goals in 15 games. Now playing in like camera for us in the team. And he's been quite good in like camera, as a shadow striker, making these runs here. After Haaland's made a run, he then makes one into the open space and scores to make it 3-0 here. And Doku with the assist. Marmouche with a goal. Like I'm trying to do it to get away from the defender there, but by the time he actually starts the animation, the defender's got the ball off him. Shirky, Echeverri, lovely play to Ryan Shirky. Can he score? Ryan Shirky, 4-0. Echeverri with an assist on his return to Manchester City, and Ryan Shirky with a goal. He's second in the Prem. He hasn't scored many goals for us seemingly. He's been playing a bunch of games in the second team, so I'm surprised he's not got more goals in the simulations, but He scores here nonetheless to make it 4-0. And do I sim the rest of the game? I think I should, just to speed up this this game here. We're 4-0 up at half time. We've got one better than last time. We went 3-0 up in this game. And let's sim the rest of it. Had to make it 4-0 there and see what the end result's going to be. Hopefully no injuries or anything like that. So it end up being 5-0 with Haaland getting another goal for himself in this game. And well, as you can see, after spin past the January deadline day, we now have a big game against Liverpool up next. As you can see, we're currently on 59 points. Arsenal are in second on 54 points, and Liverpool are there on 52 points. So right now, we're not safe at the top of the table because Liverpool can beat us. Arsenal are playing against Sunderland. That should be an easy victory for them. And as you can see, there's a Forest there as well playing Leeds, having a good season. Obviously, they're the ones that beat us to have that first loss of our record. But right now, we're looking pretty good defensively. Only 21 goals conceded and 56 scored. Let's get into this game up against Liverpool and hopefully get a big victory up against them, which I believe we're going to be playing at Anfield this time round. And well, it's a snowy day here in Anfield for this one. You can see the luminous orange. Oh, yeah, I think that's orange, right? Paint on the lines. It's kind of like a yellowy orange. Kind of like, yeah, it's more of an... Is it an orange? I think it's more of an orange. But the luminous ball has been brought out. Rodri from range though in the snow. Joe Gomez blocks it. Foden. Reinders. Doku. Trying to twist his way through there, but that's good defending there from them. That's under Isak. Good defending there though. Oh no, why did I do that? Why? I didn't need to play one more pass, but I wanted to. Gvardiol gets it back though. Now Doku making a run. He's offside? I need to see the VAR decision on that, not the lines. I need to see the whole line. I think he actually is. That's one of them where I think like he actually is fully onside. We had a few in SC25 where like the play just wasn't offside whatsoever. We're on the attack though. Doku. Over the top to Omar Marmoush. And it's kind of just bouncing around there. Not too sure what happened. Marmoush handballed it apparently in there. Go to Gakpo. Oh, that's a good move there from him. The Gakpo, the Dutchman. Inside, Ruben Diaz blocks it. And gets it clear. Now Foden. Haaland. To Omar Marmoush, who shoots, and that's a great goal. The layoff from Haaland and the finish from the Egyptian. He's the Egyptian king, not Mo Salah. Marmoush is our Egyptian king. Or at least the pharaoh, the prince of the throne. Whatever you want to say. And the Possum has been brought out here at Anfield. That's a great strike. The assist from Haaland, the layoff there. And the finish from Marmoush, unstoppable. And great finish there from him to make it 1-0 to us here in this. Let's watch it one more time. A great finish from him. Unbelievable shot. And it diverts to Alexis McAllister, Isak. Gakpo lays it off. That's a great pass there. McAllister shoots. Donnarumma. Good save, no penalty. Okay, McAllister tried to get one there. He went down. And I need to be careful with his corners, bringing the keeper out, because we've seen a few moments in this game where keepers, when they come out, don't collect the ball or just stop halfway. Foden. How is that not a free kick against Foden? For Foden, sorry. Reinders. Oh, what a pass. Haaland, please be on side and finish it, but that's a great save from Maddison. See, they're trying to find a way through. Rodri, why not Rodri? The Spaniard from range. Addison powers it out for a corner. He can hit them. Foden does hit it. Konate blocks it though. When it comes to Gvardiol, but the header there was that Gvardiol? I think it was. Okay. Lovely pass. Flick through, but Haaland just wasn't ready for it. Salah here. Whips it in, back post looking for Gakpo, and that's headed not away. It's gone straight to McAllister, who's hit the post. Whew, that was close. That was far too close. Leverkusen play it. That's a great way from Adeyemi. Sitting already. Reinders over the top. Adeyemi. This would be an instant impact off the bench. Adeyemi denied by Addison. Oh no, committed there with Ruben Diaz. Left gap in behind. Grimaldo. Can't let him cross it in. He does so. Thankfully, though, we have a play there in Nuri, and we lose the ball out. I'm not liking this at Isak. No, he's trying to draw you out, Gvardiol. Why have you actually committed to that? Shot taken, Donnarumma go save. Post have actually absolutely clattered one of our defenders. Ball in, Isak shot. Gvardiol away only as far as Kirkez. Alisson, fair enough, Alisson would be the man of the match. Oh no, we can't get the ball out. If we concede late in this game, just hold it, Donnarumma. Just hold it. I don't like the fact we've only scored 1 goal in this game and to completely dominate in this whole thing. But Adeyemi can't win it. Konate heads it away, but it's a 1-0 victory at Anfield. In a game that should have been 3-4, maybe 5 for us, we get a 1-0 victory. Donnarumma made some big saves, and Alisson in net for them made the biggest of saves to keep it only at a 1-0 scoreline. It could have been worse to Liverpool, but they are saved by only a 1-0 loss. At the end of the day, it's still a loss, but we should have scored more. Mamouche, what a game he had. Donnarumma man of the match for us. And Mamouche should be higher than an 8.0 rating. He played incredible in this game and deserved more goals, but a 1-0 win against Liverpool, which was to see, and a big win away from home. And as you can see, it's time for a bit of revenge. They beat us earlier in the episode, a 1-0 victory at the City Ground, but now they're going to be taking us on at home at the Etihad. And we're going to when we're done with Forest, they're not going to be able to call Nottingham Forest anymore. There's not going to be a Forest left in the fields of Nottingham after we're done with them in this game. Hopefully, anyway, we actually beat them here and get some revenge for that loss they handed us. Let's get straight into this one, and hopefully, like I said, get revenge for that 1-0 loss earlier in today's episode. Left forward finesse from Foden, sells a comfortable save. Kellen Wender's pretty high rated. Doku, love that from you. And Doku cuts it back. Header in to Haaland, who just didn't shoot. That's an goal, right? Kellen Wender shoots, and it's a poor shot from him and a wide by the Frenchman. But here we go, Doku and Haaland both operate in the same space. I don't want that there. Murillo puts it out for a corner there to us. As Haaland, I'm controlling him. Hopefully can find it from this corner here. Haaland in the centre, but that's going to go straight to Matt Sols, who punched it. And that could be an opportunity for us, but it's not. It's going to be cleared by Forest. Beats the defender. No Ola Aina this time. And Doku's running through, but Murillo comes over and stops him. I was going to wait for a pass across, but it never really materialised. There wasn't an option for it. Rodri through into Omar. Marmouche is denied penalty. No penalty given. Not like in this. I'm trying to select my centre backs, but I can't. There we go. Reinders steals it. Inside here to Marmouche. Haaland. You have a lot to Doku. Maybe to find Marmouche, but he got blocked off there. Rodri wins it. Reinders to Doku. What a save by Sells. We get it back. Doku. Love that. Haaland make the run while you stood there. Lovely pass. Haaland. What was that header? There's always one or two in every league that you just play against sometimes and it just doesn't work out. Doku. We should have scored 1 or 2 in this game by now. But here we go. Omar Mush. There we go. You ask and you shall receive. We asked quite a lot, but we finally did receive a goal through Omar Marmouche with 20 goals and 24 appearances. Him and Erling Haaland, by the way, having unbelievable seasons in this team. They're the goal scorers and the best performers by far in this team. Everyone else is kind of lagging behind them, but Marmouche is playing great. Obviously, the whole team's playing great. Everyone's having great seasons, like in terms of how they play in the team. Just that Foden's not scoring many goals. Doku isn't ready now. He doesn't really score the most amount of goals consistently. But Marmouche scores to put us 1 goal up against Forest. Dalendoy. There's Ruben Diaz. There we go, Rodri. Pokes it forward, Marmouche. To Haaland. Foden. Looking for Marmouche, but Murillo heads it away. That would have been great if that dropped to Marmouche there, but Murillo just got there instead. Anderson. That wide at the backward. Also missed a big opportunity himself in this game, but Charlie does well there. Adeyemi can make the run. Bernardo Silva can play the pass, but Adeyemi does get there. Surprises me there. Reinders. Oh, Eddie Anderson steals it. Savinho to Reinders. To Johnny Reinders. Dispossessed by Eddie Anderson. It's a great challenge, but we keep the ball with Savinho. Lovely bit of skill. Inside. Denied by Souls of a great save, but that skill from Savinho was incredible. But it's a 1-0 victory against Forest. We get a revenge for them beating us and handing us our only loss of the episode, or of the series, sorry. And that game wasn't as easy as it should have been, to be honest. We should have won this fairly easily, but we made it a bit of a A bit of a task in the end, but we get the 1-0 victory, that's all that matters. And a revenge against Postecoglou's Forest for the loss they handed us, well, towards the start of the episode. And for the final game of today's episode, we're going to take on Arsenal in the round of 16 of the Champions League here. And we're going to play a slightly different team. We're going to bring Kushinov into the backline because Diaz is a little bit tired for this game. So I thought, you know what, to start Kushinov in the backline. With his pace, he should be able to do well in the team alongside Chavadio as his backline here. As you can see, we've got Roger, who's complacent for some reason, and Doku, who is only content despite playing a bunch of games for us in this team currently. But let's get into this game against Arsenal and hopefully beat them here in the round of 16. And get a big win away from home in the first leg at the Emirates. Finders, go by him. Marmoush, we get a shot away. Marmoush tried to, but he was taken out there before he could really connect with a shot. Livramento. One ahead to Encapia. One into the box. Donnarumma comes out and collects it. Marmoush. Whatever the top here, looking for Doku, but that's going to go through, and Gabriel's going to clear it. Cushion, oh no, Gerardio good defending there. It's been a very scrappy game so far, not been much in terms of like open play, in terms of like fluidity and chances. It's just been kind of like end-to-end defending and midfield scrappage sort of thing. Doku though. Haaland sends the Belgian through. And Doku back to Haaland. Haaland hits it. It's with the better there. One over the top here. To the end of Trossard. Oh, it's good move by him. Ball into the box. It's headed away by Chavadio. Marmoush to Foden. So when Marmoush got on the overlap, there we go. The underlap of Marmoush. The shot taken, and there's a rifle into the top corner. I was waiting for that run to happen. I thought it wasn't going to happen for a moment when I saw Marmoush actually run into the back of Foden, and it kind of almost messed it up there. But he did make the run in the end into the perfect position. And Foden gets the assist. A great finish there by Omar Marmoush to make it 1-0 to City here. And give us the lead in the round of 16 against Arsenal here at the Emirates. It's a great finish there by him. And he's such a good player in this game. And Marmoush is so good in that camera as a shadow striker. Doku, can't get the ball up Ben White there. Zubimendi, header coming straight off kickoff. Saka shoots, Donnarumma. Kushinov thankfully gets it out. If I conceded there, I would have been fuming if that went in. Gyökeres to Trossard. Ball into the box, Gyökeres. Kushinov does well there to just shoot him away, and Donnarumma comes out and collects it. For some reason, it became complacent because of that. Saka. Back post, Livramento. Couldn't get there, Trossard. That's a frustrating goal to concede. That is a frustrating goal to concede. It's a good cross by Saka. Livramento should have headed it away, but did Livramento head it towards Donnarumma, or was it Trossard that headed it towards Donnarumma? I need to check that because it was Trossard. Okay, good. And you know what? I'm going to take off Rodri. We need to bring on Baleba. Haaland. Through to Doku. Cuts it back. Doku can't get the shot away. Ben White. Marmoush to Haaland. Reinders. Doku. And Doku denied by David Raya. Lovely ball around the corner. There we go. Haaland. In here to Omar. No, Reinders who shot Doku. Rebound. There we go. We deserved that. They scored a rebound goal. We get a rebound goal. 2-1 here. Doku scores. I'm going to bring on Oscar Bob in a second. And also Echeverri in the cam roll. And put Marmoush on the left, I think. Just to kind of switch up the game a little bit. And I could have took a shot with Haaland there, but I wanted to play across to Marmoush to get the shot away. I think it was Reinders in the end, actually, who took the shot. It was saved by Raya. And it fell to Doku, who puts us back in the lead here, which is to see. Like I said, let's make that change that I told you about a second ago. Let's bring on Echeverri in the cam roll. Let's bring on Adeyemi up front for some pace and just try to get another goal. Oscar Bob down the left. And you know what? Marmoush is tight, so we'll bring on Savinho. Saka. Oh no, Livramento beaten there. Ball in. Belabor, good work. Donnarumma, get it out. How was that blocked? Okay, we're going to get a free kick for that more. Give him the free kick, there we go. Odegaard, trying to twist his way through. And just all hands defensively here, as you can tell. Trossard, blocked by Livramento. And that should be the end of the game. There we go, 2-1 win in the first leg away at the Emirates. A much-deserved victory. And a big win at that. We most likely will see in the second leg at the Etihad. I can see the fans at Manchester in the pub are very happy that we won this game. And a much-deserved victory. Great game as well against Arsenal. It felt kind of scrappy at times, but sometimes big games do feel that way. And we beat them here. Marmoush man of the match, performance from him. Haaland has been quiet recently, to be fair. But Marmoush just stepped up in that camera to score goals. And a good performance from this team. And a big victory to end the episode against Arsenal. And well, that's going to call it for the end of today's episode. I can see next episode, we're going to start off with the Carabao Cup. Our first chance at winning a trophy is going to be up against Liverpool at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. Hopefully can win that one. Like I said, to win our first trophy of FC26 up against them. And as you'll see by the league table, we currently sit in a good position here. We currently sit top of the table. Well, quite a few points clear, 8 points clear, I believe, of Arsenal, Chelsea, our next game in the league, and I can see Liverpool in a decent position as well. Not too far away behind us. We have a bunch of games left of the season, but still, we're in a good position to win the league title this season, and I feel like we deserve to. And I can see Forest in 4th place, they're doing quite well for themselves. And United being in 6th is quite impressive from them, considering how bad they are doing IRL. And in the FA Cup, we are currently in the, I believe, the quarterfinals up against Blackburn Rovers, you can see right there. So we're going to sim that and obviously beat them and get through to the final semi-finals either against Liverpool, Everton, Palace or Everton, like I mentioned before. And in the Champions League, where is the Champions League? My competitions, Champions League, we go over here. We are going to be playing against Atalanta in the quarterfinals. I think I might sim Atalanta. And they do have some higher rated players like Adam Lotman, Charles de Ketelaar, but I feel like we should be able to beat them. And you see by the teams that the other teams like PSV are still here. Galatasaray have made it through. Villarreal have made it through. Some big teams not here like Real Madrid, Barcelona, that just haven't made it to this stage. Unless we scored on there's still more I haven't looked at, which sure isn't. But I'm surprised there hasn't been more. And as you see, big teams that haven't made it like further in this competition. Villarreal beat Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid go out there. And Barcelona just were nowhere to be seen. Where did they got knocked out in the playoff round by Atalanta? Interesting. But yeah, some big teams that have been knocked out in this competition so far, but we're doing quite well. Going up against Atalanta, like I mentioned, we should be doing quite well in that game and beat them. But next episode, we're going to try and win the Carabao Cup. In terms of performances so far, you can see by the stats of the players, we have some insane players in this team. You see Marmoush, 26 goals and 10 assists. Erling Haaland, 21 and 5. Foden and 10 and 5. You can see after these two, it kind of becomes like, not the best numbers, but not the worst of some of the players. Like Doku doing quite well for himself. Savinha doing all right. Reinders doing pretty good. But these two are just the main players of the team. Marmoush, that Cameron, the shadow striker, is unbelievable. Haaland up front was kind of quiet in today's episode, I think. But he is obviously a great player. Obviously, he can score a bunch of great goals for us. And if we do win the Champions League this season, then possibly Marmoush or Haaland will win a Ballon d'Or next season. It most likely will be Haaland due to his rating being much higher than Marmoush, but you never know. Stats-wise, I feel like Marmoush would deserve it. Obviously, having 10 more goal contributions than Haaland in this team so far. But like I said, that's going to quote for the episode. If you want to enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. Also, check out the Ultimate Team RTG. That started, I believe, yesterday. And also, there'll be an episode 2 out pretty soon where I do try and win the tournament, which I recommend you check that out when it does come out. And also, let me know in the comments below what teams you want us to manage after Manchester City. We're most likely going to do one season here at the Etihad and then move on to another team. Obviously, the way I do things, if we win the Champions League, we'll move on to a different team. So if we win the Champions League in our first season, which I think we should do, we're going to move on to a different team. And as always, thank you for watching. Drop a like and subscribe. And goodbye.